What happens when you realize the perfect life isn't the one you want? After years in the corporate world, we decided to stop giving our best hours to our jobs and start giving them to our daughter. Hi, I'm Kauri and this is Vitor. We're a Brazilian, Japanese, Filipino family traveling the world in our self-converted bus party with. We're raising our baby girl Lua across borders because we believe the best time to see the world is right now. In today's episode, we're showing you the reality of parenting on the road. Hope you'll join us by liking and subscribing. It really helps our small channel grow. Hello, Kauri here. Today I'm going to film my point of view as a mom, but mostly as a child development specialist for over 20 years. And when I decided to take baby Lua on this road trip with us, I can't help but see our life and our day through the eyes of a child development specialist. So come join us as I show you how we make bus life our classroom. I just want to be honest about the realities and the confession of a childcare professional turned into a mom. Really noticing like what I said, what I used to say as a parent coach, and what I thought was the best developmental practice and what should be done versus what I'm learning instinctually and naturally as a mother. One example is nursing, breastfeeding. I always thought, in daycare, because of the way daycare is scheduled, you don't do breastfeeding past 6 months, or you don't do bottle past 12 months. Well, now I got used to it going longer. So there's some things that these rules that I was ingrained into and all these shoulds that I learned from the child development corporate world that I've learned to start to release so that I can start to trust my instincts, really follow what's true and good for us, for her. And yeah, that's something I've been learning life on the road as a mom. First part of the day is mealtime. So for most of my professional life, I've been leading parent conferences, I've been doing developmental summaries and documenting how children are meeting their milestone. And so as I watch Lua eat, these are moments where I'd be taking pictures and doing it for the portfolio, and just even here as Lua's using her spoon to scoop up the yogurt from the cup and bring it to her mouth, she's already showing her fine motor skills and her gross motor skills. Fine motor is when you're moving your fingers to grasp something, so she's using fine motor to grasp the handle of the spoon, and the gross motor is her arm scooping the yogurt up into her mouth. So it's just, to me, how we're just watching a baby eat yogurt, but really what I see is a whole developmental profile of this little activity. And lately what she's been really interested in, as you can see, is transferring, which is the next eye-hand coordination, which is another developmental area aside from scooping. Transferring and also going from right to left and left to right is also helping with the brain and accessing the right side and the left side of the brain. So a lot more is happening here than the messy yogurt activity that most of us see.
I'm hijacking here, but it doesn't matter where. If it's in a beautiful home, a small little home, if it's in school or in a bus, right, like us, the mother and daughter or child learning connection, as long as it's based on love, right, and the respect that I see she always does too, the learning, the growth, it will happen just naturally.
Okay.
All right, what is happening here, baby?
Okay, so what you're talking about here is the social emotional development and how healthy it is to have strong relationships and trust and attachment with adults. So whether it's mother-daughter or parent or teacher-child, it's important for adult-child relationships to be able to also lead to strong communication. I'm seeing you're all done. You're getting frustrated. Is it because you want more, or is it because you're all done? And one of the things I've always been proud of and enjoy is talking to people, regardless of their age, whether they're 3 months, 3 years, 30 years old, talking to them in the same way. And even if she doesn't understand, it's already creating the pathway so that we can able to understand that there's choices. All done? More? You still hungry?
We gotta open another one.
What do you want to eat next? Apple or banana?
Banana.
You want banana? Okay, bye-bye, yogurt.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She said thank you.
Here's another way I work with toddlers, and as hard as diaper changes can be, I'm making it work so that it doesn't have to be a fight. So she usually has some standing activity that she can do. She's putting the crayons into the jar, taking it out of the jar. So just giving her crayons, I had it in a bag before, but having it in a jar has been an extra element, which if we talk about Montessori setup, that's one of the ways that we can set up the environment to make it more appealing and give more respect to the toys and to the child by presenting it in a beautiful way. So here she is drawing while I change her diaper. So little did you know, because I made sure that part was off the screen, that she just had a diaper change. She was a naked baby at the beginning of this, and now she has a picture and a clean diaper on. So you may be looking at two dirty girls sitting on the ground right outside of the bus, and this is just prime example of how we can make a classroom anywhere. Lua asked me to sit down. She tapped the ground and said, down, down. So I sat down next to her, and she took my empty bottle that I just finished drinking and decided to start playing with it. And so we've been walking around collecting rocks, looking at butterflies. Oh, there's actually my favorite children's book. It's called It's Not a Box. And it's literally how a parent or an adult is like, get out of that box. And then the bunny and the character in the book is saying, it's not a box, it's a building that's on fire. And so that's how I see things. I see things like, this isn't playing in dirt, this is learning. This is Lua scooping up with her right hand, using the lid as a tool, right? So that's already like imaginative play, creative play. And look at the fine motor and eye-hand coordination that I was talking about to get it into the mouth of the bottle, and just how content she is. Lua, what are you finding? How many rocks did you find? Two. It's her favorite number.
2.
So here's a reality of bus life with baby. We've been on the road now for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And while Vitor's driving, Lua's over here while having her screen time. So that's one of the things I was saying about the shoulds and what I thought I would be like as a mother when I was an early childhood educator versus what I'm actually doing. And I just chose to go ahead and let her have her screen time so we can all have our peace of mind. She gets to have a little bit of screen time, I get to have my time too, so I get to be in my own zone. So sometimes during drives, I will even admit that this child development specialist over here is okay with little screen time and sometimes feels guilty about it, but most of the time I know what's good for me is good for all of us. A big part of our bus life routine is also playing in the bus. So as I've shared, I love creating learning environments, and it may seem hard or impossible to do it in a small space, but I love how simple, easy it is to do it in such tight quarters. So some of the provocations or the activities that I have set up for her, because during this time, this is when I cook dinner. So while I'm cooking dinner, I like to have at least 3 activities set up. So in this area here is a gift from a dear friend, and this is the Buddha board. So if Lil chooses to do art, she can do art here. And then over here on our refrigerator, there's constant things on here. We bought some magnets from our travels, but there's also these suction cup things that she likes to pull, and she's also recently learned that they can connect together. So maybe she'll show you how she does that later. If she does choose to sit down and do a table activity, these are the shells that we've collected from Baja and some rocks that she's gathered from our trip. So using old peanut butter jars, I've kept that so that she can go ahead and sort and play with this.
And I have my favorite thing, which is cheese to give her every time she's like going crazy. I show her the cheese, she comes down immediately, and she already knows to come and sit down. So
put on her little bib thing, and you can see that she's already started a little artwork here. So she wants to take her crayons and move over to this area. She can either draw here, or I also have things set up over there. So there's her journal, notebook thing. She also loves to use these blocks interchangeably for whatever she needs to get up to things. So sometimes as a extra challenge, what I've noticed is I love talking about scaffolding. So just being challenged so that it's like right at the zone of proximal development, which is basically like just barely out of reach, but not too hard that you want to give up. So sometimes if, let's say, drawing is boring, adding a little adjustment, like a block for her to stand on, is more engaging and more exciting for her to have to figure out gross motor balance while drawing. So that's why we have these blocks here for her, and also the step stool. Are you ready to play with your shells?
Yeah.
Shells.
She already got tired of the other thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. The thing is also, sometimes when we are in city environments, some like playgrounds, kids playgrounds, and I take her out. So we got to make it work with wherever we are. And constantly moving and changing. So I'm lucky man to be married to a wonderful mother that knows what to do.
Wow, I love hearing this. Let's make more videos. After spending every single day of this past year with our daughter on the bus, we can say with total certainty that this was the right choice. There's nothing more rewarding than giving our full love and undivided attention. We can see the happiness in her every day, and honestly, in ourselves too. We're so grateful to be living this life together. Thanks for being part of our journey.